following the end of the emergency rule declared on the state, while noting that the parties concerned must have learned a thing or two from the political crisis. The council urged all stakeholders to embrace the peace and reconciliation that has now returned to the state. They made a call through the chairman of Rivers State Elders Council, Ferdinand Alabraba. The group appealed to all concerned to avoid the recurrence of the situation, which culminated in an emergency rule, and focus on sustaining peace, unity, and development of the oil-rich state. The elders warned persons or groups who may still be harboring grudges to realize that the crisis is over and should therefore desist from making inciting comments or issuing statements that are capable of causing problems in order to achieve personal gains. And here in Ondo State, the Supreme Court's affirmation of Lucky Aiyedatiwa as duly elected governor has been described as a clear demonstration of the people's will. Governor Aiyedatiwa, who won the mandate of voters across the state's 18 local government areas in the November 16, 2024 governorship election, had faced several legal challenges from rival candidates alleging irregularities. After a long-drawn legal battle, the Apex Court has now validated his victory as a substantive governor of the state. OSRC's Omorion Langbeji has details.
For the past 10 months, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa has shuttled between courts following his declaration by the Independent National Electoral Commission on November 17, 2024 as the winner of the governorship poll. He emerged victorious in all 18 local government areas of the state. However, aggrieved candidates headed to the tribunal seeking cancellation of the election over alleged discrepancies. Now that the Supreme Court has affirmed his election, residents are congratulating the governor, saying further court action is unnecessary after such a decisive win.
It's worth it because you can see it. You can see it's 18-0. Definitely in each local government, he won all the local government. So I mean, that's the first time, and we think we appreciate him if we can do better. So, but he wants it.
Going to court after the result of the election is clear and the winner has been declared is a waste of time, waste of resources generally, because a lot of things are involved. Time, money, and all that.
After this Supreme Court, the president should have to go back home to the drawing board that we don't need to end every case at the courts. To me, it's like waste of money. Let the person that win the victory, like what happened during the time of Buhari and Jonathan. You know, it was about going to an election when Jonathan, the city president, congratulated Buhari, and that's certainly the case. If it happened in Ghana, it happened in abroad, you see some of them will congratulate each other. So this will put the rest to many things. Number one, all this taking lawyers, going to appeal, going to Supreme, going to High Court, it will put an end to all these things. So then let our INEC, the umpire, they have a work to do. So that by the time we finish every election, there should be no reason again for anybody going to court.
Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Dr. Sheung Osamaye, attributed the victory to the people's love for an administration that has already brought visible benefits in various categories.
The victory he has now has shown that truly he's a man who has attained a leadership position through divine providence, through an act of God. You can even experience or notice this during his victory at the polls. In the electoral process, he won massively. You know, he has the mandate of the people. And today's victory again at the Supreme Court has proved that indeed God is with him. For the opposition man to withdraw his case from the Supreme Court has not only shown has not only shown him as his statesmanship as an individual, but it has also shown that the governor is loved by the people, is loved by God, and that's why now even his enemies now choose to stand with him.
Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Social Investment, Felix Alunge, alongside other respondents, expressed optimism that more dividends of democracy will follow, while urging electoral umpires to strengthen their discharge of duties.
Thank God, in various sectors, particularly in the capital aspect of it, capital projects, you have been seen as good hands. And I know that I'm just appealing to the good people of Ondo State that not being only being patient, but they should be ready to witness the dividend of governance under Governor Lucky Orimisan Ayedatiwa in the remaining this tenure that is ongoing.
Former Deputy Governor and 2024 People's Democratic Party governorship candidate Agbola Ajayi had earlier withdrawn his petition challenging the results. Omoriola Ngbiji, Osrc News.
And the federal government has paid poor Nigerians a sum of 330 billion naira in cash transfers through the National Social Safety Net Coordinating Office. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edun, who made the disclosure, said there were about 19.7 million poor and vulnerable households and over 70 million individuals on the National Social Register. According to Edun, the cash transfers are part of President Bola Tinubu's strategies to help poor Nigerians cope with rising prices brought about by the fuel subsidy removal and the floating of the naira. The minister assured that households yet to be paid would receive theirs before the end of the year. The cash transfers are being done from an $800 million facility of the World Bank. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has congratulated Mariam Idris on her appointment as Nigeria's national representative to the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. Announcing the development, NNPC said Idris's new role marks a pivotal step in representing Nigeria's interests within the influential cartel of oil-producing nations. The corporation hailed her achievements in many capacities in the oil sector. Mariamu Idris has played a foundational role in Nigeria's engagement with the extractive industries transparency initiative and contributed to oil sector reforms through her work with the Bureau of Public Enterprises and the Oil and Gas Implementation Committee. The police command in Niger has arrested 6 illegal miners in Paikoro local government area of Niger State. According to the command's public relations officer, Wasiu Abiodun, the suspects were arrested at an illegal mining site at Dangado village following information received from members of the public. The police spokesman said mining equipment were recovered from the suspects, adding they were armed with dangerous weapons. Abiodun added that the suspects are under investigation and would be charged in court for prosecution accordingly. On the foreign scene, Spanish police have arrested 19 people suspected of murder and torture after more than 50 went missing from a migrant boat that was traveling from Senegal to the Canary Islands. All the suspects are in pre-trial detention, facing charges of facilitating irregular immigration, homicide, assault, and torture. Police suspect some of the victims were accused of being witches after several incidents during the journey, including engine failure, bad weather, and food shortages. The wooden vessel was rescued south of Gran Canaria with 248 survivors on board, but officials believe about 300 people were originally on the boat and that some had been overthrown overboard. Those on board include people from Senegal, Guinea, Mali, Gambia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea-Bissau. And that's it on the news. Good morning.
Go.